Hi friends, Ariel here. Welcome to day 3 of our 5-day mini-series, 10-minute morning stretch to get your day started. Thanks for joining me again. I'm glad to see you here at our halfway point. We're going to move through similar stuff today, though we will be in tabletop for a portion of this. So if your wrists are a little iffy, maybe be extra careful today. Maybe repeat yesterday. Maybe this class is not quite for you. If tabletop is not an option in your body, absolutely okay to skip, and we'll see you tomorrow. If you are joining me, however, come to a comfortable seat, whatever that looks like for you. Let's take 5 cycles of breath. Going at my pace, at your own pace, doesn't matter. Whatever's more comfortable for you, sighing out, heavy exhale, fluttering the lips, whatever you'd like. Here's breath 3. 2 more. Last one. Lovely. If you see my eyes darting off screen, I'm just checking my recording, checking my notes. Come on over into tabletop. I'm using new software today, and I can already tell that these videos are terrible quality, and I don't know how to fix it, but here we are. So we're going to do what's called cat-cow. So be mindful that you're soft in your elbows here. Elbows, shoulders, wrists, kind of sort of in line, hips and knees kind of sort of in line. If you're a little more shifted back or forward, that's absolutely okay. As you inhale, roll your hips up, so your tailbone goes up, your belly drops, maybe your chest sort of hangs a little bit in between your shoulders, and your head comes up ever so slightly. For the exhale, we do the opposite. So tucking your, making the tailbone long, arching the spine, pushing up through the shoulders, releasing the head. Good. Go back the other way. If this is the first time you've done this, you have no frickin' idea what I'm saying, you don't know what to do, that's okay. Maybe get a little visual cue and join me that way. And know that with time, things will start to make more sense, I promise. Moving at your own pace here, however fast or slow feels good for you, linking breath and movement or not. If it doesn't feel nice to link breath and movement, don't do it. When you're ready, work yourself back to a neutral spine, and we're going to turn this into a twist. So I'm going to take, I don't know if my video is flipped for you, but this is my left hand. I'm going to take my left hand through the space between my right leg and my right arm. Hop my right hand forward so I can not fall on my face. And then I'm resting the side of my head, sort of my outer left arm on the floor. But my lower half is still like we were in the tabletop. Push into your right hand. Come back to a tabletop. We're going to take the left hand through, same thing. Taking some breaths here, noticing perhaps is it different from left to right? If not, that's okay. If it is, interesting. Come back up to a tabletop. Let's do a few more rounds of cat-cow. So inhale, belly drops, chest hangs, head comes through. Exhale, arching the spine. Maybe go more slowly. We'll only do 3 of these, so be mindful of how you're feeling. If your wrists are screaming, maybe come up onto fists. That can help. And after you finish your 3rd round of cat-cow, we're going to come into what's called child's pose. So taking the toes together-ish, knees roughly as wide as the mat, sinking hips back to heels. Totally okay if they don't get there. Stretching hands, arms out, maybe resting the forehead on the ground. If you need a little more space here, you can pull your elbows way back and sort of prop the chest up on your elbows, or you can hold a nice big pillow here. Creating space anywhere the body needs extra space. Taking a few cycles of breath here. When you're ready, we're gonna stay basically in this shape, but walk your hands off the right side of your mat. The farther you reach with your left hand, the more of a stretch you'll feel on the left side. Breathing into the stretch if you can, if that's accessible to you. Beautiful. Walk your hands through center. Do the same thing on the other side. The more you reach with that right hand, the more you'll feel the stretch. Something that I do is I kind of firmly place my right hand into the floor, and then I'll pull down somewhere sort of around my ribs and my torso or my hip maybe. I pull in the opposite direction on that right side. And then for me, that deepens the stretch. So maybe something you want to look at here. When you're ready, coming back to center, we'll do child's pose back in the middle like we did before. Taking a few breaths. When you're ready, come on back up to a tabletop. We're going to do a little balance here. So if at any point this becomes too many steps, stop where you feel comfortable. Let's take the right leg long. You're going to put your right big toe into the floor. And then depending on how you feel there, maybe pick up that right leg. Try not to throw off the shape of your spine here when you do so, so keeping the spine a little long. If this feels good, you can stay here. If you want a little more, start to work your left arm forward. So you've got right leg up, left arm up. Did I just call the left arm the left leg? One arm and one leg, opposite sides. That's where you should be if you're coming all the way with me. Taking a few more breaths here. Maybe you're wiggling all over the place. That's totally okay. Hand comes down, leg comes down. Let's go right into the other side. Left foot back, left big toe into the floor. Staying here if this is where you want to stay. Lifting that left leg if that's where you want to go. Maybe staying here, maybe working the right arm forward. If you're feeling really good, really stable here and you want a little more, you can start to bring right elbow, left knee together and then extend. But oftentimes, simply being in this basic shape is enough. And if it's enough for you, that's great. Let's do one more breath here. Hands down, knee down. We're going to come into what's called down dog. Don't freak out if you've never done this before. Scoot your hands a little more forward. If your wrists are screaming, please skip this. Wherever you are, tuck your toes and then keep a nice big bend in your knees as you lift the knees up. Shift the weight back a little bit. Maybe you need to shorten your stance. Be mindful that the elbows stay soft. You can stay exactly like this, or you can start to straighten your legs, and maybe you're coming into sort of an upside down V, perhaps. This can be quite intense, depending on your body, your ability level, your accessibility, all that stuff. If you're feeling good, you want to add a little more, go ahead and pedal out the heels. Can you check in with the head? Can you lengthen the spine anymore, perhaps? 2 more breaths here. After you've completed your second breath, let's go back. Child's pose, toes together, knees wide, hips back if they go there, stretching the arms long or grabbing some sort of support to create space for the chest. We'll take 3 cycles of breath here and then we're done for the day. Maybe real quick setting an intention for your day is something you'd like to accomplish. And after your third exhale, nice and easy, work yourself back up. Thank you for joining me today for day 3. I hope you're having a good time. I hope you're starting your day off maybe, let's say, 1% nicer than usual. I will see you tomorrow for day 4.